Hi everyone, this is Ray, or some of you might know me as Tiki with Ray, and today we're continuing our Tiki journey across America, talking about places where you can actually get Tiki mugs as souvenirs at these particular bars. The last episode we went down to Florida.
Right.
This time we're going to California. And California is the mecca for Tiki restaurants and Tiki
Yeah,
bars.
you can say that was kind of the epicenter of American Polynesian escapism.
There's so many places. I mean, like San Francisco, as far as I know, has like 11 tiki bars. LA,
Right.
the LA area has, I don't even know how many. San Diego, Palm Springs, Sacramento. There's a lot of tiki bars down in California. Well, in Jason's travels, he's acquired a couple tiki mugs.
Right. It's kind of the perfect souvenir to take home a piece of the places that you went. And not only can you drink from the bar there, but if you bring the mug home, you can make a signature cocktail at home and drink from it and kind of relive a little bit of that experience.
Yeah. Yeah. So, where are we going first, Jason?
Well, first I want to know we talked about all the Frankie's Tiki mugs
Yes.
previously, and
Yes, we did.
And Frankie's being in Las Vegas is kind of like an adjunct part of California almost. So if it's very possible to do, and I have before done parts of California and Las Vegas in the same trip. But one trip in particular started out in Vegas, then Palm Springs, then Los Angeles, and that was really the only time I've had a chance to actually do a tiki tour, so to speak, of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But on that trip in Palm Springs, the only mug that I was lucky enough to acquire was from the Bootlegger Tiki, which is a great little place. That was back when Chad Austin was still bartending there. And if you look on the back here, you can actually see the Bootlegger Tiki info on it.
Well, let me see that. I thought you were going to say there's a picture of Chad Austin. This is a nice mug.
That was a good, solid mug.
Wow. Yeah. Bootlegger Tiki, Palm Springs, Ikambuka. It's a really nice mug.
Mm-hmm.
Does it come with any particular cocktail?
It had a specific drink, and it's been, I want to say that trip was probably 2017, so it's been about 3 years or more at this point, and I don't remember what the drink was that it came with, but it was one specific drink
Yeah.
that you ordered, and for the additional, well, to get that drink you had to purchase the mug.
That's not
And at
bad.
the time that I got it, it was, I think, the most expensive mug in my collection. But I kept collecting, and it didn't stay that way for long.
Yeah.
So after our stopover in Palm Springs, our next stop, of course, was Los Angeles. And in Los Angeles, you don't go to Los Angeles if you're into tiki without stopping in at the Tiki Tea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Tiki Tea, Los Angeles. Established 1861. And this is a Tiki Diablo mug.
Yes, that's a Tiki Diablo design.
And I'll tell you what, Jason, I've been all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to a lot of tiki bars. And this is still my favorite tiki bar. If I can click my heels and wish I was at some tiki bar, it's always going to be the Tiki Tea.
Right, because since 1961, it's been establishing layers, and it's had clientele that have been back over the decades. It's gone through generations that have owned it and operated it. And you walk in there and you get a sense of history.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look, there's something that somebody put somewhere for a particular reason, and it stayed there.
Well, speaking of history, I mean, you have Mike Sr. there.
Yes.
Mike Buin, which is Ray Buin's son.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Mike Jr.,
Mm-hmm.
Mike
Like I said, they passing down from generation to generation.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
you'll go there and like there he is. You can literally talk to you, and he's a really nice cool guy, and he'll tell you anything you want to know. But I just love the tea. What I love about the Tiki Tea is that like it's a small bar, and Tiki Tea has its fan base, like its regulars,
It's
right?
core audience.
And the thing is, that means everyone there half the time they're Tiki people. And that's so awesome because a lot of times when I'm going out to a tiki bar, and I'm sure it's the same with you, we'd be the only two people like wearing aloha shirts and at the table.
Yeah, we feel good. It's so cute that you guys are wearing the shirts.
Oh, is there you going to a costume party? It's like, so it's nice to go somewhere where there's a lot of other people that are into tiki just as much, if not more than
In
you.
fact, my Tiki Tea story when I was there was that we got there later than we expected because it took us, I think we were staying in the Inglewood area by Pan's Diner, and it took us at least an hour and a half to get across town. So we got there well after open. It was already full. And pro tip, if you're both Bootlegger and Tiki Tea are way smaller than you think they are. If you're going to go there, try to be there at open if you expect to get inside and sit down.
I would actually say if the bar opens up at 4, be there at like 3:30.
Yes.
Seriously, there will be a line. I know there will be a line at Tiki Tea.
So we walked into the Tiki Tea, and as soon as our eyes adjusted, we realized there was no place to sit. And next thing you know, I was wearing a shirt that caught the eye of a guy named Jim Marshall. Which, if you've been to the Tiki Tea more than a few times, you've probably seen Jim Marshall. And he liked my shirt. We started a conversation. He said, "I got room at my table." And next thing you know, we're sitting at his table. We're carrying on a conversation. He's telling me about his Aloha shirt collection and how many years he's been going, and pointing out his signature drink on the menu. And it was a fantastic time. Also in the greater Los Angeles area, going down to Anaheim, Disneyland.
Yes.
We've got Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Room.
Yeah, and this is in the Disneyland Hotel.
Yes.
And again, you don't have to go into the park to go to it.
You have to fight the Disney traffic, and you have to follow the signs, and you have to figure out the parking. But once you get through all those obstacles, once you've run that labyrinth, you're in there.
And as far as I know, they are validating parking again.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So if you do go park, the Trader Sam's will validate your parking.
And once again, that place fills up in waves. So if you're trying to go, a little research might help you with when you get in. Otherwise, just try to get there as early as you can.
Yeah, and
because when it's full, it's full.
And as the nice thing about Trader Sam's, well, it's just kind of cool, is like essentially, I think every drink has its own mug.
Every drink, or virtually every drink, but they have lots and lots of signature mugs.
So what's some of the mugs that you have here?
Well, the ones that I have the zombie in the greenish glaze.
Oh, wow. So I have one that's like more like just like kind of skin colored.
Mm-hmm. I have seen that one.
3rd edition Trader Sam's.
Right, but that's the one that was there when I was there.
And what's the other one?
This is what's it, Tangaroa something or another?
The Krakatoa Punch, right?
I think so.
Second edition Trader Sam's.
Mm. And if you've got mugs from
there's some weight to this.
Yeah, if you've got mugs from the Grotto at Walt Disney World, the Polynesian Hotel there, you'll see the same or very similar mugs but different glazes.
Yeah.
And that's how they differentiate them to make them more collectible.
Yeah, well, actually, this says Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki.
Right. So you won't get these same mugs from both. You'll get mugs that look similar but have different glazes or other slight differentiations.
And I will say this. Completely different experiences at the 2 different bars.
Right.
They're similar, but they are different.
A different sort of energy.
Yeah. I remember I saw a symposium with Trader Brandon.
Yes.
And he was saying, because he designed, I think, both of them.
Yes.
And he was saying the idea for the Enchanted Tiki room, the Enchanted Tiki bar in Disneyland was the idea is like it's an explorers, adventurers type bar, 30s, maybe early 40s, 20s. So a lot of like really old.
Right. It's a bigger room and a bigger bar area.
Yeah, a lot of browns.
Because it's a giant squared off U-shaped bar.
Yeah. And he was saying that the Grotto was supposed to be more like 60s, kind of go 70s, a little bit more technicolor.
Right.
So when I remember being there, it was a lot of blues, a lot of purples.
But both are tied into being hangouts for the Jungle Cruise captains.
Yeah. Hey gang, we'll get back to the Tiki conversation here in just a second, but I want to let y'all know they have t-shirts for sale. They are screen printed in America. The artist is Tony Canepa, and they're going for $20 a piece, $25 including shipping. If you're interested in buying one, go to my website, tikiwithray.com, and then there's a tab that says buy a t-shirt. Click on there and just follow the prompts. So thank you very much. And let's get back to the Tiki conversation now. So where are we going next, Jason?
So next we're gonna head up towards the San Francisco Bay and Oakland area.
There's so many Tiki bars in the Bay Area that it's just ridiculous.
Right, I literally couldn't get mugs everywhere that I went, and I couldn't even hit all the places. There were a few that I just couldn't make it to, but I got the ones that I went to because I did not want to forget that trip because it was spectacular. So starting off, we have Smugglers Cove right here.
Wow.
And
look at that.
This is everything that you want a Tiki mug to be right here.
Wow. Who made the mug?
This one, this was an Al Evans. Yes, this was an Al Evans design. But yeah, it's a nice heft to it. It's a beautiful mug.
Yeah, it is.
And the details on it, if you get in close, which I'm sure Ray's going to take some pictures when we're done, you get in close, you can see little bits of where barnacles bits of flotsam and jetsam on it. It's fantastic. And moving across, we have their rum barrel, which is very large and impressive and has lots of interesting details. And one of the things I really like about it is they designed the top of it so it only fits on one way, so it doesn't rotate off. You take that swizzle out. So it's got a straw hole in the top, and if you look,
oh wow,
it only fits on one way, and we've got the SC for Smugglers Cove on the top of the barrel. So it looks like a vintage barrel, literally. We've even got a what would resemble a bung hole there, which is a bung hole is where you place the bung plug using a bung hammer. I discovered that on a tour of Busch Gardens when I was in the Navy.
Who made this mug?
This one is
Monk
done
Tiki.
by Monk Tiki Imports, which is
Oh,
now
wow.
out of Astoria, Oregon.
Wow.
I set that back.
And this has some heft to it.
Yes, that is a very full beverage. When you finish that, you'll know that you've reached the bottom. There's a
Speaking of
fair amount of
heft,
hoo-ha down there.
what's the story with
so this is one of the more unique ones. They had a few different mugs, but I decided I could only get one because I wasn't going to try to ship it. You can only put so much in your luggage. But this is from the Tonga Room, which actually has a swimming pool in it that was converted to be sort of a lagoon, that they have a barge that they put a band on that comes out into the lagoon to put on the show for you, and they do simulated rainfall around the lagoon. So this place is just over the top in decor. It was originally designed by set decorators from Hollywood.
So they made a mug of the barge that's supposed
So
to
they made a mug of the actual barge, and you can see band members playing there. You can see people celebrating. So as far as the idea of a bowl drink, that's a fantastic idea.
That's so funny. And it's a tiki farm.
Yes, that's a tiki farm design.
Wow. If there's going to be something that if you're going to do a mug for the Tonga Room, this would be.
Which I remember they had other mugs that were attractive, but that was the one that was the most. This is the Tonga Room.
Oh yeah, and just so you know, do not try to jump in the pool. Just don't do it. They're not going to be happy with you.
That's another one that, despite the size, if you're trying to get in there and look around, get there when it opens.
Oh yeah, half hour early.
Because if you get there a little bit later, you're going to get charged a cover. It's going to cost you more for food and beverage, and you're going to get charged a cover for the band, whether you want to see them or not.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're not really playing surf or exotic music. They're just kind of playing, I don't know.
Generally, top 40 and some beachy stuff.
Yeah, so if you're into that, then you're in luck. But if you're not, if you're looking for something,
because it's a bar in the basement of a luxury hotel, so their core audience are well-to-do people that are staying at the hotel and nearby.
Yeah.
So a lot of people that are there on business or pleasure that, ooh, look, it's a tiki bar. Let's take some pictures. But other than that, they probably wouldn't be in a tiki bar.
Yeah.
And that's one of the places where if you wear an Aloha shirt, unless there's an event going on, you'll stand out.
Yep. Let's move over to the East Bay.
All right, why don't you grab the Kona Club there. So now we're going over to Oakland. The Kona Club is an absolutely delightful neighborhood bar.
Yes.
I mean, it's literally a neighborhood bar. You'll see people just, sitting at the bar drinking beer or regular drinks, but they do have tiki drinks, and they have fantastic decor.
Bamboo Ben.
You absolutely owe it to yourself to walk around
Yeah.
the place. There's a life-size rendition of a hula girl lamp that they can actually turn on, and the hips and skirts shimmy on it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's kind of a back room that only fills up during busier times, which I was there when it was kind of slow, that every single bit of decor in there is amazing. So if you are going to be in the Oakland area and you have the time, it is well worth stopping into.
Yeah, and it's not in like downtown Oakland. It's like a little further up.
Right.
I mean,
it's a friendly, literally neighborhood bar.
Yeah, it's not a big deal to park or anything like that. I recommend the Macadamia Nut Chichi.
Mm-hmm.
I had one when I was there. It was such a great drink. And staying over in the East Bay and moving down to Alameda, we have my favorite tiki bar in the Bay Area, which is Forbidden Island.
Yes.
I love Forbidden Island. When I think of a tiki bar, it's what I picture in my head.
Well, this is kind of the still existent grandparent or great uncle of the second wave of tiki bars.
2006.
Yes. That this is one that caught on and lasted and built to other things, which you can argue if there was never a Forbidden Island, would we ever have a Smugglers Cove?
That's hard to say. But I highly recommend getting over to Alameda, because this bar is so awesome and so much fun. And this is a great mug.
Great drinks, really nice decor, and a fun play for free jukebox machine with great exotica and surf rock on it.
Yeah, and this is another mug by Tiki Farm by Tiki Diablo.
Yes.
So, yeah. Whenever someone talks about going somewhere in California to, hey, I'm like on Facebook or something like that. Hey, I'm going to be going to San Francisco. What tiki bars should I check out? And it really becomes a question of, well, how much time do you have? And how many bars do you want to go to? Because there's just so many of them.
Right, and since then, more places have opened up.
Yeah.
So we got the Zombie Village now. I did make it to Pagan Idol, but I didn't manage to pick up a mug at the time.
Yeah. And while you're there, pick up a souvenir.
Something to remember your trip by.
Yeah. Yeah, because of all the rum you're going to drink, you're not going to remember it anyway. Hey gang, this is Tiki with Ray, and I just want to say thank you very much for checking out my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more episodes, click on the subscribe button. And if you liked the video, give it a like. That would mean a lot to me. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave a comment in the comment section below.